tell the short story of the Lama Tsongkhapa. Who is Lama Tsongkhapa? So Lama Tsongkhapa was born in Tibet, 1357, in the Tsongkha Valley of Amdo, eastern Tibet. The miraculous event that occurred at his birthplace aroused the interest of the master Chuji Thondup Rinchen. He is the first teacher, Lama Tsongkhapa, and who had studied, lived in central Tibet, and who founded 2 monasteries in Amdo after his return there. When Tsongkhapa was 3 years old, the master gave of livestock to his father and requested that he should be put in charge of Tsongkha's education, which is the Kumbum monastery in Tibet, is still there. And the age of 7, Tsongkhapa, who went to live with Chuji Thondup Rinchen, who is the great master, who gave first teaching to the Lama Tsongkhapa, from whom he received many teachings and tantric empowerment, having learned to read and write with great ease. Tsongkhapa both study and practice meditation from a very early age. When he was 8 years old, he received ordination as a novice monk, so it's 32 novice precept, and the given name Lobsang Tapa, so before Lobsang Tapa. At the age of 16, Tsongkhapa left Amdo and went to the central Tibet to receive furthermore teachings of the Lord Buddha, and left Amdo to pursue his quest for knowledge in central and southern Tibet, where he studied with more than 50 great masters, from the Nyingma great master, from the Sakya, from the Kagyu. He studied all these different lineages. Between 1374 and 1376, he concentrated on the perfection of wisdom. So 5 major texts. So he's still studying in the Sera, Dragon, Ganden, 5 major texts: perfection of wisdom, Madhyamika text, Vinaya text, Abhidhamma text, and Pramana text. So all these based on Indian master texts. So he studied, and wisdom is on the 5 major texts with the many commentaries devoted to them. He gained intellectual training and a wide knowledge of both Sutra and Tantra. During this period, Tsongkhapa was already determined to combine scholarship with the practice of both Sutra and Tantra, and he continued to receive tantric empowerment from a number of important masters belonging to the different traditions of the Nyingma, Sakya, and Kagyu. He was dedicated to develop correct understanding of the reality, especially with correct understanding of the emptiness from the viewpoint of the Madhyamika Pasankika. And this time he had significant experience of entering profound states of meditation. During a ceremony when he assembled monks for reciting perfection of Wisdom Sutra, he remained deeply absorbed long after the ceremony was over and the other monks had left the hall. From his 22nd years, he began to study intensely the works on the value of cognition, which is composed by Indian master Dignaga and Dharmakirti, and deeply impressed by the efficacy of the Dharmakirti system, the reasoning, which is the Pramana text. From the 11 years, Tsongkhapa traveled from one monastery college to another, deepening his philosophy knowledge, giving teaching, and his main teacher and close friend during this period was Sakyapa, Master Rendawa, Jidun Rendawa. Rendawa is from Sakya. So this is the Mixima prayer. Remember we have Mingme Save teaching Cherese. Mixima is the Tsongkhapa's prayer. So first Tsongkhapa offer Mixima to his teacher. So his teacher says, this is not suitable for me. I will offer to you. So change the name, first Mingme Save teaching Cherese. Time Chembe Ombo Jame, Dubumala Junasa, Kanjeke Tsongkhapa. When he offered Kajeke Rendawa, his teacher. So he changed the name. This is not suitable for me, I will offer to you. So Kajeke Tsongkhapa. So this is a beautiful story between teacher and Tsongkhapa teacher is Rendawa, Rendawa. So he offered Mixima praise to the Rendawa. So then Kajeke Rendawa. So and Rendawa said, this is not suitable for me, this is suitable for you. So he changed the name. Then instead of Rendawa, Tsongkhapa. So that's a beautiful story about. And at the age of 33, he met with the remarkable Lama Umapa. He came to studying with Tsongkhapa. And Umapa had the vision of Manjushri, an embodiment of enlightenment of Buddha wisdom, which had changed from that symbol code. As a result of the vision, he took practice directly receiving teaching from Manjushri. And the Lama Umapa became Tsongkhapa's direct line of the communication with the Manjushri. They spent a period of the retreat together, during which Umapa conveyed to Tsongkhapa's Manjushri advice and response to questioning concerning the correct understanding of the reality. Eventually, Tsongkhapa himself experienced the vision of Manjushri, who bestowed empowerment on him and gave him teaching. In the winter of 1392 and 1393, in accordance with Manjushri instruction, he stopped teaching and withdrew from other public activities to concentrate on the period of intense meditation. He was joined by a group of eight fully chosen, eight fully qualified students of the Lama Tsongkhapa, living with the practice. They again practiced for purification and accumulation of the merit, reciting purification mantras, making prostration, offering mandala many 100,000 times. Tsongkhapa simultaneously continued to study the most important text dealing with the nature of reality. In 1394, he and others moved to Volca, and where they were all experienced vision of deities associated with the practice in which they were engaged. In 1395, they decided to break this retreat to refurbish and reconsecrate a famous and venerated statue of Maitreya Buddha who had fallen into disappear. This generated much interest, and many craftsmen or benefactors offered their help for the project, which was successfully complete. For the 3 years, Tsongkhapa and his companion continued to practice in Hota, and then in 1397 they began a final year of the retreat again in the Volga area. In the late spring of 1398, these concerted and extraordinary effort finally bore fruit. One night, Tsongkhapa dreamed that he was present at a gathering of famous Indian masters discussing the subject of the Madhyamika view. One of them was the Buddha Palida, Indian master Buddha Palida. Rose and holding volume in his hand and approached Tsongkhapa, joyfully blessed by touching his head with this text. Tsongkhapa woke up as it was getting light and opened his own Tibetan translation of the Buddha Palida commentaries on the emptiness at the page which he had been reading the day before. When he read the passage, he at once experienced seminal insight into the nature of reality, which brought him understanding that he had been seeking for this view of emptiness. Among Tsongkhapa's many beneficial activities of the mentioned in the particular, first was the renovation of the statue of Maitreya and subsequent great festival organized, Malam festival, it's the Malam festival, great festival in the Sera Dragon Ganden. 1400 New Year 1400 at Zingchi Temple, which holds statue, and second was extensive teaching or the code of disciple for the order which he Rendawa and Kechopel Sangpo gave several months enunciating thereby teaching tradition at the monastery. The third deed was he established of the great prayer festival in Lhasa, in Malam festival in Lhasa 1409. Beginning tradition that continue until now of the devoting the first 2 weeks of the Tibetan New Year, culminating the day of the full moon, the prayer for universal well-being. Tsongkhapa donated everything he himself received from the benefactors to support this event and offered ornaments made of gold and a precious stone to the famous statue of Buddha in the main temple in Lhasa, Chorumboche. Chorumboche is the statue coming from the Buddha temple. So this Chorumboche is the most precious statue in Tibet. During the fourth deed was the construction of the Ganden monastery. So this is how we start the Gelugpa, Ganden monastery. Near Lhasa, Ganden means the joyous, is the Tibetan name given to the pure land of Maitreya Buddha. So this is the 100 Deities of land of joy. The monastery was completed and constructed in 1410 and 1415. Special halls were built to house selected mandalas. Under Tsongkhapa's guidance, skilled craftsmen created this mandala and image of the relevant deities, which were installed in 1417. All of this was destroyed by the occupation of China in 1959. During his last years, Tsongkhapa devoted of many energy to giving extensive teaching, and he passed away in 1419 personally and through his student, and he made an extremely significant impact of the development of Buddhism in Tibet, influenced Mongolia, China. He wrote many texts on topics connected with the both Sutra and Tantra, and 18-volume text. So all these 110 Buddhist Kangyur and 210 Tengyur commentary. All this teaching, Tsongkhapa make summary into the 18-volume Buddhist teaching. So this is the short biography of Lama Tsongkhapa. Okay, so Lama Tsong, you know who is Lama Tsongkhapa. So Lama Tsongkhapa teaching is very pure, complete, but very easy to understand. So make accessible. So therefore, this short teaching, so Ganden Lha Gye is there are two types of Guru Yoga teachings in Tibet. So one is in Lama, one is related to the highest Yoga Tantra, so which is Guru Puja, which is another Guru Yoga teaching. So one that this short Guru Yoga teaching is not related to the Tantra, only Sutra. So it is very relevant to everyone to practice this. It is very short. It will take only 2 minutes to finish, recite these prayers, and you can, but very, very effective, help you to develop your mind, develop your practice and meditation. So therefore, first, we have some, in order to receive this teaching, first motivation. Motivation is very important. Some motivation, and then I will explain the benefit of this. Benefit of the land of benefit of this teaching. And then preliminary prayers, and then we have seeing the Guru as a Buddha, then Guru Yoga practice, and then study of karma, little bit karma, then refuge in the three jewels, Buddha, Dhamma and Sangha. So these are like sub content, and then preliminary practice for Jorchu, practice for meditation, and then we have Ganden Lha Gye part 1, which is 100 Deities Land of Joy part 1, and then we have Ganden Lha Gye part 2, then mandala offering, then prostration, water offering, and dedication. So these are the content. So number one is the motivation. Is very important. So to set up motivation, So your motivation is to receiving this profound teaching. Guru Yoga should not seeking only happiness of this life, right? We're not seeking only this life. This is completely worldly dharma, So your attitude is actually non-virtue if you think something like that. So it is to be complete renowned. You should not even have your motivation seeking happiness of the future, or even virtue motivation of seeking liberation. Not only is the teaching or the profound path of Guru Yoga's teaching on Tantra, it is the highest level. So your motivation is not seeking happiness only this lifetime and future lifetime. Not seeking only I'm going to receive this teaching because I want to renounce from the liberation of the cycle of existence. Your motivation should be influenced by the altruistic Buddhist mind, with the understanding in the Buddhist mind. And I'm going to receive this teaching because I want to develop compassion in the Buddhist mind in order to benefit other beings and other sentient beings as much as possible. So whatever I can, it means that we must have this kind of motivation before we receive this teaching. So it means that We are not saying, oh, I can have everybody, I can, not like that, right? Your motivation is sincere, but I can have whatever I can, So it means you cannot feed everyone, but you can feed somebody, You cannot have everyone, but you can help somebody, So that kind of motivation you need to set up, right? And then you will receive these teachings. So motivation. So what is the purpose of receiving this teaching, right? What is the purpose? What is the benefit of this? Let me explain that Lama Tsongkhapa is so this Guru Yoga teaching, right? This Guru Yoga teaching is good. We call this lineage is called the Segyu lineage. Segyu lineage means this Guru Yoga teaching not related to the Tantra, right? So the Segyu lineage means this Guru Yoga, so you have your own Guru. So your Guru is the manifestation of Lama Tsongkhapa. And the Lama Tsongkhapa is embodiment of the Buddha of compassion, Chandrasik, Manjushri, and Buddha of energy. Then you invite, and then you practice Guru Yoga. So this kind of Guru Yoga is Segyu lineage from the Tibet, not related to the Tantra, but only Sutra viewpoint. So that kind of Guru Yoga practice is first your own Guru is the manifestation of Lama Tsongkhapa. The Lama Tsongkhapa is embodiment of the Buddha of compassion, Chandrasik, Manjushri, and energy. So you invite and then you practice Guru Yoga. So what is the benefit of receiving these teachings, and what is the benefit of practicing Ganden Lha Gye? There are numerous, so many benefits, but I can tell you some, For example, like, because this teaching is directly coming from Manjushri's word, because Lama Tsongkhapa and Manjushri is talking like us, vision, you like us. So whatever teaching Lama Tsongkhapa composed is the blessed by the Manjushri. It's word coming from the Manjushris. So therefore, it is very powerful. Lama Tsongkhapa is the embodiment of Manjushri, will help you to increase wisdom. Lama Tsongkhapa is the embodiment of the Buddha of compassion, Chandrasik, help you to develop compassion. Lama Tsongkhapa is the manifestation of Buddha of energy, Vechapane, help you to bring your spirit and energy, So Lama Tsongkhapa is the manifestation of these three Buddhas, right? Buddha of compassion, and the Buddha of wisdom, and the Buddha of energy. So it will help you to develop compassion. It will help you to develop wisdom, and help you to develop energy, spirit. So therefore, when we talk about the wisdom, it is not like not talking about ordinary wisdom. We are talking about profound wisdom, quick wisdom, great wisdom. We will be able to remove our confusions and obscurations. So number one, that when you receive this teaching, land of joy, it will help you to remove obstacles. When we talk about obstacles, there are three levels of obstacles: external, internal, and secret obstacles. External obstacles are, generally speaking, our delusions, afflictive emotions, which external obstacle, right? External obstacle, delusions. So delusion create all this problem, internal obstacles are like, internal obstacles are generally speaking, like quite secret obstacle, like if you are dominated by spirits, people are talking about controlled by spirits, and if you have, feeling like low energy and feeling like I don't want to practice, feeling like I don't want to do any good things, all these are obstacles coming from the four maras. And maras, called the maras of the deva, sending you all this bad energy, and then you will not succeed for your practice, and always take you to the wrong directions. If you're, so that's the one benefit is, so because when you recite this prayer, because Lama Tsongkhapa is the manifestation of Buddha energy, so it is the Vechapani, especially he is holding Vajra in his right hand, can destroy all these obstacles. It bring you energy and lead you to the right directions. You will not go with the wrong direction. So these are the when we practice, so we will remove from all these external obstacles. Not necessarily external obstacle, can be element, natural disaster, or like tornadoes or whatever, storms, or you are not influenced by these kind of obstacles when you recite these prayers, right? And then another benefit is it will help you to purify your mind, because help you to remove from the polluted mind. We are not talking about the external pollution. We are talking about internal pollution, internal polluted mind. So therefore, internal pollution can lead you to the physical sickness. Internal pollution, because the mind and body is connected. So there's relationship between mind and body. So if the mind is pure and clean, clear, affect the physical body. The physical body will remain fresh and less sickness. So that means it will help you to remove from the, when we do this prayer with the 100 deities of the land of joy, help you to remove your pollution, internal pollution. If we remove our internal pollution, not external pollution will occur, like for sickness, paralyzed, stroke, will not happen, because internal is clear, because internal and external is strongly connected. So by practicing this 100 deities of land of joy will purify your mind. When the mind is purified, then no more external pollution, sickness, paralyzed, and will not occur often. So by practicing, this Ganden Lha Gye benefit, these kind of benefit we will receive. In order to, because we set up good motivation, right, to receive this teaching, because you want to help others, right, for as much as possible, right. So we set up this motivation, and you can help as much as I can. Not necessarily you can help everybody, but whatever I can, I can do it. So therefore, but because we are not seeking temporary benefit, we are seeking, from Buddhist perspective, we are seeking enlightenment, even from the liberation from this cycle of existence. This our ultimate goal is not just satisfied with your temporary pleasure. We are looking, ultimate and long-term pleasure. So ultimate long-term pleasure means motivated by bodhicitta and do this 100 deities, rate of joy practice, you will eventually purify your mind and achieve your ultimate goal. Even that's our main point. So therefore, so this prayer, Ganden Lha Gye, there are many benefits. But when you recite this prayer with the mixima, these 5-line prayers of the Lama Tsongkhapa's mantra, it's very effective, When you recite this Lama Tsongkhapa's 5 mantra with this Ganden Lha Gye practice, it's very short, right? It will take only only 2 minutes to finish and with this 21 mantras. If you repeat as much as, it will be very good for you this degeneration time. This very. I will give you one example. How powerful if you reciting this Mixima's mantra. In Tibet, there's one great yogi, and they're meditating on the mountain. And there's a wealthy family in Tibet. So the family of that. So they're a wealthy family, in Tibet. And one great master is meditating on the mountain. The son of the family is dominated by the spirit, spirit. And they try everything, is not working. And one day there's a shepherd, shepherd saw meditating on the mountain. He said, maybe go and see that monk meditating on the mountain. So they went to see that great master on the mountain. And they said, our son is dominated by spirit. Can you help me? And then he said, maybe first I will check whether I can help or not. You can take one of my shoes and one piece of mala, So hang on that shoe where the sun's sleeping, and put the one piece of mala close to the window. And so they went back, and then night time they hang on that master's shoe on ceiling where his son is sleeping, and they put the mala where he's that one piece of mala on the window. So he was screaming, When the shoes, then he said, he appears like mountain, mountain coming down to him, and the spirit is screaming, And then that one piece of mala appears very fearful mantra of the Manjushri, and spirit screaming. And then they told him to the Lama, oh, now I can have this boy, So Lama came back and told that spirit, please pledge or make commitment to recite this 5-line Mixima mantra. So the spirit pledged and make commitment. Anybody who recites this 5-line Lama Tsongkhapa's mantra will never ever influenced by the spirit. So this kind of, even so this is the one example, how powerful this mantra if you recite with good motivation, right? And also I can see from my eyes, right? This will cure some cancer in India, Really, I'm not joking. There's one girl in India, Tibetan girl. Doctor says diagnosed cancer. And she went to see the doctor, said you will live only one week and you will die. So she is so scared. And she went to see Sarah Monastery, see the Rinpoche. And one Rinpoche is called Vassal Rinpoche. He did the divination, like divination like this. she's very scared, Doctor says, I'm dying. Rinpoche says, don't worry, you recite this mantra 100,000, I guarantee you, Can you promise me you will recite this 5 lines mantra 100,000? I will guarantee you will cure this cancer. Of course, she's very serious. And she did this, where I don't know how long it will take, but she did this mantra, 100,000 mantra, and after finish, right? She went to see the doctor, and the doctor said, you have no cancer. And doctor, how can this happen, It's just one example, So with good motivation and with the sincere motivation is good, right? This is very, very simple, 5-line prayers you can memorize, and when you are walking you can recite it, right? Wherever you go, you can do this everywhere, walking mode. It's not that complicated, So it's this kind of benefit. So when we, so there are many benefits for receiving these and saying these prayers of 100 Days of Land of Joy with the Mixima Lama Sankopa mantra prayer. So benefit, so ultimate goal, it will remove obstacles. We are talking about external obstacles, internal obstacles, because both can be removed by practicing this 100 Days of Land of Joy. So this is the benefit, motivations and the benefit, preliminary prayers. Preliminary prayers are, usually we say, magnificent and precious Guru, please take the lotus and moon, sit at my heart. So first, preliminary, you are inviting, remember, we are inviting preliminary prayer. We are inviting this lineage. Your Guru is embodiment of the Lama Tsongkhapa. Lama Tsongkhapa is embodiment of Buddha compassion, wisdom and energy. So preliminary prayer, you are inviting all this, your embodiment Guru, first please help me to purify my, coming from your throne. And please help me to purify my negative actions of the body, then coming from the throat. Please help me to purify the actions of my speech. And then all these good master absorb to your heart. So help me to purify my mind. So my body, my speech, my mind, my impure body, my impure speech, my impure mind, please help me to purify these negative actions of the body, speech and mind. So by doing this preliminary practice, all this lineage master will absorb to your body, absorb to your speech and absorb to your mind, and then this will purify your and then so this is so you repeat this preliminary practice, this prayer. So Pandita Lama Rinpoche, so that means Tibetan we do in the Guru Puja, right? So and then speech and then mind and then mandala offering, right? Mandala offering. And then above your crown is the root Guru in the form of Lama Tsongkhapa, right? Embodiment. And Guru, so this is the 4 Guru, I take refuge in Guru, I take refuge in Buddha, I take refuge in Dhamma, I take refuge in Sangha. Guru, Buddha, Dhamma and Sangha. Lama Tsongkhapa sit on the crown of each. So Lama Tsongkhapa, not only you, but seated crown of every sentient being, all these numerous sentient beings. So remember, so when you finish this prayer, so first mandala offering, then take refuge Buddha, Dhamma and Sangha 3 times, and then above your crown, your root guru, who is embodiment of Lama Tsongkhapa, Guru, Buddha, Dhamma and Sangha similar, and Lama Tsongkhapa seated on the crown of every sentient being, and then nectar coming from the Lama Tsongkhapa's body, speech and mind, purify, absorb to you as well as absorb to every sentient beings. Then every sentient beings and then generate you and all sentient beings, generate realization, and then we will go with this 9-line Mixima prayer. So that should go like that, right? 9-line Mixima prayers are here. Vajradhara, source of this, we have 9 lines here.
Last page of the little booklet.
So this will go here. Vajradhara, the source of all realization, Lord of sages. Avalokiteshvara, great treasure of compassion, not aimed in a true existence. Manjushi, Lord of stainless wisdom, outer of the secret, destroying all lords of Maras. Sumartikiti, crown jewel of the sage of the land of snows. To you, Guru Buddha, comprising the 3 objects of the refuge. I make request, showing respect with my 3 doors. Please grant your blessing to ripen the liberate myself and others. Please bestow the supreme and common realization. So this is so and then when you finish this, right, do you find that one? When you finish this prayer, then after this you have to recite this one. In whatever way you appears, glorious Guru, and whatever retinue, lifespan and pure land, whatever holy name you may be take, may I and others attend only this. And then you will recite the Lama Tsongkhapa's mantra, Om A Guru Vajradhara Samadhikiti Siddhi Hum. Om. We have this mantra here. The last one. Om A Guru Vajradhara Samadhikiti Siddhi Hum. So you will recite this 21 times or whatever you can if you have. So you can do this. When you finish this, these are preliminary practice, right? When you finish this, at the end of each this prayer, you can think that nectar follows from the Lama Tsongkhapas. In the nectar is following from Lama Tsongkhapa. Embodiment of all Guru, Buddha, Dhamma and Sangha above your crown and enter into your body and as well as enter into the every sentient being. Every 6 realms of sentient beings, and all those beings achieve the realization, whatever Lama Tsongkhapa, like realization of Lama Tsongkhapa. So you should think like that. So that is the preliminary practice. So number one is the motivation finish. Number two is the benefit of practicing this 100 Days of Land of Joy. And number three is the preliminary prayers. These are preliminary prayers. So you do this under the body, speech and mind, make mandal offering, recite Sangye Chodan 3 times, then visualize Guru, embodiment of the Lama Tsongkhapa, and then Lama Tsongkhapa come to your crown, and you, every sentence brings, and nectar coming, and with this 9 line prayer maximum mantra, 9 line prayers, and say the prayers, and when you feel you and all beings achieve the realization and remove all the obstacles. The preliminary practice, isn't it? Now next is seeing the Guru as a Buddha. So that is the topic. Now this is seeing the Buddha as a Buddha. So maybe it's the next one. Because in order to, this is just like if we have very rough soil or ground, what we have to do is make smooth first, right? You have land, and your soil land is very rough. So first you have to make very smooth, then make very smooth, and then after this, then you will plant the seed, and fertilizing, it will grow faster, more quicker, right? For example, like that, ordinary level, when we have land very rough, make smooth, after fertilizing, and then we will plant the seed, will grow fast and quicker. So similarly, take this example. Similarly, we need to achieve the realization. First, we need to receive blessing from the Guru. That is just like making ground smooth, you know. So the problem is we have feeling that the Guru is kind of like it is kind of like ordinary man, you know, ordinary man or he or she. You know. So we have that kind of conception often comes to our mind, that the Guru is ordinary, you know, not Buddha, not deity, not Bodhisattvas. So we have expression in Tibet, if you believe your Guru to be enlightened, you will receive blessing from enlightened beings. If you believe your Guru to be, you know, Bodhisattvas, you will receive blessing from the Bodhisattvas. If you believe that your Guru to be holy spiritual person, you will receive blessing from the holy spiritual person. But if you believe Guru is just ordinary, you will not receive any blessing. You know what I mean? There's expression in Tibet. So all depend on the our faith and devotion, isn't it? Not depending on the object. It's your mind, how you designate it. That person, he or she, right? It depends on your mind. So what you need is, you need first develop deep conviction and devotion towards the Guru, right? So making smooth, that example, very rough soil, you make smooth. In order to achieve realization, we need blessing from the Guru, from the lineage Guru, right? Who give transmission. For example, like transmission is receiving transmission is very how can I say, it's kind of like very blessing. from all those great masters' blessing, you know. This is, transmission is, remember I told you, transmission is just like electric power source. There, you need a wire to carry this power, right? There's the light, you know, light off like this. I can't enjoy if there's no wire, you know, I can't use this lamp. So transmission is just like that. Buddha's teaching is the source of this, what Lama Tsongkhapa was teaching. Now the wire carrying all this transmission, and you will enjoy it. You will enjoy it means by receiving this transmission, you will receive blessing from all these great masters, Lama Tsongkhapa, Gedun Rinpoche, Gyaltsen Rinpoche, His Holiness Dalai Lama, and all these great masters, you know, because lineage continue. The transmission is continuation. So therefore, so it means that seeing Guru as a Buddha is all depends on the mind. All depends on your faith and devotion, you know. I will give you one story about Tibet, you know. You can, for example, like there's one woman, you know, who really want to see Buddha's holy relics, you know, holy relics. And she want put on the altar and do prayer and deep conviction and deep faith and devotion. And then her son used to go to India, you know, business. So she told her son, could you please bring me the holy relics of Buddha from India? He says, yes, I will, you know. So he went to so business. He's a very businessman from Tibet, go to India, and so he forgot 2 times, you know, forgot. And then 3rd time, mother very upset, you know, very disappointed. If you this time, if you didn't bring me, I want to die in front of you. I will die in front of you, you know. So then he went. Again he went to, you know, India for business. He was very busy, and when he arrived in Tibet, he forgot to bring again. So what he did is he saw the, dead body of the dog. So he saw the teeth of the dog, you know. So he put this all beautiful clothing make very nice, and put in that dog, you know, teeth on the beautiful clothes, and offered to the mom. She said, here is the holy relics of the Buddha. So she had tremendous devotion and faith. So she put on the altar, and she 100% believed this is the holy relics of the Buddha. Prostration, making offering, many years. One day, you know, these dog teeth, you know, holy relics multiply from dog teeth, you know. So this kind of like devotion all depends on the mind, isn't it? Depends on your own mind, you know. If there's one teacher and one student in Tibet, right? So his guru want to go bed early, you know. No, go to early. So student want to go bed late. So he can't find. So the guru went to. So student think guru going to bed early is mistaken because all these you know, kind of like all depends on the mind. So guru devotion. So here seeing guru as a Buddha means, here we are talking about guru is the manifestation of the Dharmakaya, you know, Dharmakaya, transcendental non-dual bliss. Whenever you heard about the name of the guru, if you are feeling it is a manifestation of the internal guru absolute Guru, Dharmakaya, transcendental non-dual bliss. That's the point, right? So this absolute Guru and transcendental non-dual bliss or Dharmakaya Guru manifest different aspects according to our karma, female, male, or whatever, different kinds. So when we say Guru, seeing Guru as a Buddha means you have to think that the Guru is the manifestation of the absolute Guru. Absolute Guru means Dharmakaya. So Dharmakaya means non-dual bliss, emptiness, manifest absolute, manifest ordinary Guru. So if you are feeling, when you say I take refuge in Guru or I take refuge in Buddha, if you are feeling, oh Guru, whenever I heard the name of my root Guru, which is manifestation of the absolute Guru or Dharmakaya, and from Dharmakaya it manifests ordinary Guru according to my karma, then you recite one word will be very, very effective. Just don't have to recite only 100 or something like that, but thinking before you recite the prayer, recite this I take refuge in the Buddha, I take refuge in Guru. If you are feeling from your heart, it is the Dharmakaya, absolute Guru, manifest ordinary human beings according to my karma, then you say one prayer is very, very effective. That's kind of like seeing Guru as a Buddha means, because we have wrong conception. Oh, what's the point of taking refuge to the Guru? We may think like that because he is born from mother's womb, eating same body. What's the point? If you think something like that, that is wrong conception. From your side doesn't matter. From your side doesn't matter. If you that kind of wrong conception, we need to eliminate during. We are not seeing Guru as a Buddha because that kind of wrong conceptions. That kind of wrong conceptions coming from inherently existent I, believing. So absolute Guru is antidote of that kind of inherent existent I. Because all this problem, whatever problem happen to us, all are created by this inherent absolute existence I. So when you think about, oh, Guru is the manifestation of non-dual bliss, emptiness, there's no room of this, there's no room of feeling this kind of inherent existent self. Because these two cannot go together, right? These two are contradictory. One opposes each other. So when you think about inherent existent self and I, then there is no room of non-dual bliss emptiness, because inherent existence I oppose the non-dual bliss emptiness. But as soon as when you have first you study about seeing Guru as Buddha, because it is absolute Guru, it is Dharmakaya, it is non-dual bliss, thinking this will automatically remove this wrong conception of inherent existence self, and you will not see Guru as an ordinary person. You will be able to see Guru is absolute Guru. It is Dharmakaya. It is the non-joy bliss appear to different aspects according to my own karma. So with this strong feeling, you do, if you recite prayer, then I take refuge in Buddha. You will receive blessing directly from the Buddha. So that is the meaning of the seeing Guru as a Buddha. Now Guru Yoga practice. So Guru Yoga practice. So this is the main Guru Yoga practice. Remember Guru Yoga practice? So we are this is Guru Yoga. Your root Guru is the manifestation of Lama Tsongkhapa. And Lama Tsongkhapa is the manifestation of this Buddha of compassion, energy and wisdom. So Guru Yoga practice maybe we have tea breakfast.